Hello everyone, I am the Lore Explorer, and in today's video, I want to do something kind of different. More of a conversational video, talking about my feelings on a potential Outer Wilds sequel. Whether I think it's a good idea, and if I do, what would I like to see from it? While doing this, I'll just play some footage of me playing the game in the background. As usual, this video will contain spoilers for Outer Wilds. I guess I should probably preface this video by saying, yeah, I'm probably a biased source here. Outer Wilds is my favorite game. It's taken a lot of the elements I love in a game and has built a fun and interesting universe for us to play in. And on top of that, they added in the wonders of science. But I do want to try to take a look at this objectively, consider the messages of the game, and take community input into account. And to do that, we should probably start at home with the Hearthians. These odd little fish people have a story to tell. A story about endings and how the future is built off of the knowledge and hard work of the past. We take off as a species in a spaceship who barely understands our little scout. And we venture out to find the previous species in this solar system were conquering quantum and black hole travel technology, all the while blasting themselves out of giant cannons to get anywhere they needed to be. Then we learn that despite all of their mental prowess, the Nomai have left a ticking time bomb, and it goes off every 22 minutes, trapping us in a loop. Nothing we can do can stop the sun from blowing up, and despite all of our best efforts, we can't find a way to safely shut down the Ash Twin projects. We have to make the decision to let go of this solar system, and roll the dice with the eye of the universe. While at the eye, we can watch our sun explode, and all the other stars in the universe blink out one by one. Everything we've ever known, instantly blown up by the sun, just gone. And even though we probably didn't want it to, our time with this universe is coming to an end. And this leads to a good point a lot of people make about a potential sequel. The developers of this game did that on purpose. They've crafted a puzzle and intentionally left some of it blank. Even though we wanted the answers to all of the mysteries tied up with a neat little bow, Outer Wilds, much like the real universe, does not provide that for us. This is a lesson Outer Wilds is trying to teach us. With these concepts in mind, I can't really say, yes, there should definitely be an Outer Wilds 2 and here are the 10 reasons why. This story was masterfully told, but I can definitely see why some people say that the story is complete. In fact, that's sort of something I agree with to a certain extent. Personally, I would like an Outer Wilds 2, but I don't think it should pick up with the Hearthians. I think the major problem with the idea of an Outer Wilds sequel is, Outer Wilds is such a unique game. I think when a sequel is brought up, people just automatically get this picture of a copy of the same solar system, or somehow a continuation of the Hearthian story. But what I find amazing about Outer Wilds is, they've built a universe that could literally have anything in it. They've built a theoretically infinite, cyclical universe, with each subsequent universe having a different set of rules and physics from the last. Literally anything could happen in the next universe. We could be cat people on a mostly ocean world just having built our first spaceship trying to escape this dreadful planet that keeps getting our fur wet. With no black hole cores or quantum shenanigans. We can live in a solar system where we are bird people who don't need spaceships because all of the planets just follow the sun along in its orbit and all of their atmospheres just combine and we can literally fly through all of them at will. With no disappearing or volcanic moons. And of course, all of these would have some mystery we need to solve or do along the way. In other words, what I'm saying is, I trust the developers to create a solar system unique enough to be an interesting sequel. But what I'm ultimately saying is, while the Hearthian story is sort of done, the universe in and of itself has enough mysteries in it to keep it interesting. The developers drew a lot of their inspiration for locations and mechanics from real-world science, and that has no shortage of stuff to draw from. Plus, the core mechanics can literally be changed almost however they want, justifiably, with the explanation of, well, it's a new universe, new roles. To me, it looks like the universe they wrote is wide open and absolutely suited to keep it going for a long time. And I think they are skilled enough to write a bunch of awesome individual solar systems while keeping the overarching universe the same. But one really good point a lot of people have to make against a sequel is the time loop. A lot of the gameplay is reliant on time-based events happening and us interacting with them at certain times. Plus, it gives people a reset after being focused on a single puzzle for too long. So how could they write a solar system with similar mechanics and time resets for gameplay purposes and still make it unique? Honestly, I don't think it would be that hard for them. Maybe your ship and suit share a fuel and the ship can only hold so much. You have to stop home to rendezvous with a space station once a day to refill after an average of visiting 3 planets or about 22 minutes of spacesuit exploration. And you'd leave the space station at the same time every day. Maybe you have to report home every so often to make sure you're safe, or more likely, they could write a more original time-based event that isn't from a doofus like me. I think it's something they could write around, is my point, and still make it feel similar. As for my opinion on what should change or stay the same if they were trying to make a sequel, I think the majority of the gameplay mechanics should stay the same, flying around in a spaceship with simulated gravity and the dangers that go with that. The knowledge-based progression, I think, is a kind of a staple and a must-have in the game. And most of all, the overarching universe is something that I think should definitely make a comeback. I don't think any character or copy of a planet introduced in the first game should be in the second one. Maybe somehow, Dark Brambles persisted through some universe resets and we maybe find a single seed in our universe, though hopefully the anglerfish are gone and our people actually understand it a little better so we can get some explanation. I definitely think that they should keep the Eye of the Universe in the game though. I think it should take a different form entirely and maybe not even be relevant at all to the story in the game. Like, just imagine if the eye is some strange object in the sky and it never moves. We never visit it and never learn about it, but us as a player would learn something about the universe by that single piece of information being shown to us. I just really want them to continue with the story of the universe while changing the solar system and what it holds, but keeping the gameplay mechanics and gameplay flow just about the same. So even though I can't say absolutely yes, there should be a sequel for Outer Wilds, I do think it'd be a good idea to make an Outer Wilds 2. There's no doubt in my mind it'd be a good game that's interesting to many people. They've built a universe that's so awesome it'd feel like a wasted potential to me if they ended it. I think this story of a universe that could go on forever cyclically, being reborn from its ashes like a phoenix every time it dies, is one that should continue. Though I will say, they may have a hard time trying to make something as impactful as the first one. But that's just my opinion on the matter. I would love to hear what you guys have to think about it in the comments below. If you agree with me, or thought I made some good points at least, consider liking the video or subscribing to the channel for more videos like it. A special thank you to the members here on the channel. You guys directly help me make these videos a better experience for everyone, and I can't be more grateful. Thanks to you guys, I was able to get a professional microphone for recording these videos. Now, admittedly, I probably didn't need to do that, but hopefully you guys can hear the difference. As always, this is a lore explorer secretly trying to convince you all to petition Mobius Digital for an Outer Wilds sequel. Did that work? Was that like subliminal messaging? Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.